Hi, I'm Steve Thompson, president of Emery Thompson Machinery, and welcome to our continuing series called Make It Fresh, where we're making ice cream, sorbets, Italian ices using all fresh ingredients bought at the supermarket. Very clean, very simple. Today we're going to make peanut butter chocolate chip. Now, you want to make peanut butter chocolate chip at the end of the day because when you put peanut butter into a machine, just imagine what it would be all over your kitchen counter. It can be a mess. So you make this as your last flavor of the day. We're going to use the 12-quart batch freezer, the 12-quart Emery Thompson with the infinite overrun control. So let's walk over and I'll show you what that looks like. People like to see what it looks like inside. The internal parts are called the beater or the dasher. Dasher is an old-fashioned term, and that's the term that we use. And this is what it looks like. It's two large blades that are spring-loaded. That's exclusive to Emery Thompson. And as this spins around, it's going to scrape the ice cream or sorbets or Italian ices off the walls. The beauty of it is with any other machine, you have to replace these two blades about every 6 months for hundreds of dollars. The Emery Thompsons are going to go on average 5 to 7 years without doing any maintenance to them whatsoever. So it makes it very simple and easy. And a blade that is, say, 5.5 years old, because of the springs, is going to scrape just as well the walls of the machine as a blade that is brand new. So this just comes out, and I'll show this to you. That's what we call the dasher or the beater, an Emery Thompson exclusive. And this is based on my grandfather's original patents from 1903. We'll slide that in. Just line that up. Close that. 4 cover knobs. I don't use a cam action like you see on the Italian machines because although the cam action looks cool, it wears out in about 5 years and you have to replace the whole door. This is a 100-year door. It's going to be just like this shiny, this new for the next 100 years. Now we'll sanitize it because I've had my hands inside the machine, and I'm using a product called Sterasheen, Stera-Sheen, green label, made by Purdy Products. It's a very good sanitizer. It's chlorine-based and very simple to use. In a pinch, if you ran out of your Sterasheen or you're in a third world country where it's going to be difficult to get, you can use a cap full of bleach. Not a cup, just a little cap to a gallon of water, and that's going to sanitize. It's going to kill any bacteria that might be in your machine. So we've got just water in there. We'll turn that on. No refrigeration. If I turned on the refrigeration right now, we would have a giant ice cube, and we certainly don't want that, so the refrigeration is off. We just let that run for about 30 seconds or so. As soon as it actually hits the walls of the machine, everything is sanitized. But different health departments want you to run it from anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And then when it's finished, just turn that off, drain it out, and we'll be ready to go. This machine is based on my grandfather's original patents filed in 1905. You've heard a lot going on in Washington about this scandal and that scandal and how the pundits say it's going to have a chilling effect on the economy or the government and all that. Well, I want you to see the original chilling effect, which was my grandfather's first batch freezer from 1903, patented in 1905, and that was the very first one in the world. So every batch freezer, every chilling effect that you might hear about is based on Emery Thompson's original patent. And there it is. So this is drained out, and we're going to go ahead and measure out the dairy product. I buy from a dairy. It's the simplest way to do it. Rather than keep a cow out in the backyard, I have a bag of what we call mix. It's a terrible term. It sounds like something that's powdered, which is what you get from Italy. But this came out of the cow yesterday in the form of milk, cream, skim milk, and some sugar. And professionals at a dairy put it together, and it's sold by milk fat or butter fat content. This is a 10% milk fat, so it's actually a low-fat product as far as ice creams go. And I'm going to measure out 6 quarts. And again, this came out of the cow yesterday. This couldn't be any fresher. And your own creativity comes from how you interact with it. Just like if you were baking a cake, we wouldn't expect you to grow wheat out in your backyard and then mill or grind it and then turn it into a cake. You would buy the ingredients at the supermarket and go from there. So we'll pour this 6 quarts into the 12-quart Emery Thompson, and we rate all our machines by finished capacity. Other people rate their machines by, if you took the cylinder and filled it up with liquid, how much liquid would it hold? So a 12-quart Italian machine is not going to make you 12 quarts of ice cream. It's going to make you somewhere around 6 or 7 quarts. So we rate everything by how much will come out. That seems to be the honest way. That's going to go in here. I'm going to turn on the infinite overrun control, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit. If I turn down the drive, the infinite overrun control, I can get less air in the product, and I want to make a little more dense product, so I'm going to run this at 160, 159, I think it says. And let me find a spoon. Oh, we can start the refrigeration right away. Now we're freezing the ice cream. And I'm going to add my ingredients. I'm using a natural Smucker's peanut butter. There are some other brands that are natural. The easiest one to use is Jif, because Jif isn't as thick and as rich, so it works well on the machine, but we want to make it natural, so I'm using the Smucker's. And this is the crunchy because I like crunchy. I guess I'm going to have to get a spoon. Yeah, let me get a spoon and help that out. Now don't try this with any other batch freezer. You'll void their warranty if you put anything inside the machine except the mix. Plus, they have such small openings you can't do this. The Emery Thompson has such very large openings to put product in and discharge it that we can put whole bananas, nuts, cookies, everything right into the machine. I'll leave a little in the jar because our golden retriever Sadie absolutely loves peanut butter, and so we'll save that for her when she comes back from the groomer. Oh, that looks good. Who doesn't like peanut butter? Okay, that's in there and freezing. And then now we need some chips. It smells wonderful. So we're going to just dump the chocolate chips right into the machine. Again, you can't do this with any other machine. And it's not just a matter of saving time. It's going to make for a better tasting product because it's so evenly dispersed throughout the whole batch freezer. You know, sometimes the Italians talk about a vertical batch freezer. We stopped making vertical batch freezers in 1919 because they're primitive. It's Newton's law of gravity. What goes up must come down. So if you're working with something like chips in a vertical batch freezer, and whoops, a little spitting there, you're working with a vertical batch freezer and you pour chips on the top, if you can get them into the machine, they're going to sink to the bottom third of the ice cream. So you have an inconsistent ice cream. With a horizontal freezer, which we've done since 1919, every single particle of vanilla mix is going to mix with the chips and all be blended, and the peanut butter. Oh, you know what? Did I want to put anything else in there? Let me look around. Yeah, let's throw in a little splash of vanilla. I always like vanilla. It helps every flavor. There we go. So as you can see, I'm not terribly scientific. I'm basically having fun. And making ice cream is simple, it's fun, and it's easy. We're going to come back in a couple minutes after this is frozen, and we'll take a look and see how it is. I'm back. I tend to do this. I forget. And you caught me eating some peanut butter. I forgot. I wanted to add some Hershey syrup to it. I mean, Hershey syrup is just great in everything. So let's dump some of that in. Okay, now we'll be back. Okay, this should be just about ready. I'm going to check it. The easiest way to check is just to open the gate and close it. And if it cuts off nicely, that's ready. Turn off the refrigeration. Let's open that up. Whoa, look at that come out. I want to throw some extra chips in. So let's do that. Nice little layer of chips. Maybe some more. That way, when you're looking at it in the dipping cabinet, you know what it is. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Can't wait to try that. You hear the sound of that door opening and closing? That tells you that's not plastic. Okay, I think we still got a little more in there. And you know what? I'll take the infinite overrun control up to full speed to help push out the last bit. So now we're up at 231 RPMs. There's a little trick to get the last bit out. But look how fast we got that out. It's important to get it out quickly because if it stayed in a machine too long, like the Italian machines, your first tub would weigh different from your last tub. And in any business, you do not want inconsistency. That's a nice color from the combination of the peanut butter and the Hershey syrup. And I think that'll do it. So there we go, peanut butter chocolate chip. Make up a couple dishes, one for Paula, our office manager, and my wife, and Vonda, the money honey, who handles all the finances here. That's a great looking product. I'm going to just try this. I know Ken can't wait to put down the camera and give it a taste. Oh man, that's got great peanut butter taste. If you have any ideas on flavors that you'd like to see me make, just contact me at steve@emerythompson.com or go to our website, emerythompson.com, where you're going to find over 40 YouTubes just like this, about 30 hours of instruction on how to make Italian ices, artisan gelato, ice cream, hard ice cream, all sorts of different things, where to buy, ingredients, flavors, just tons of stuff. But for now, I'll see you later. I think I'll eat Vonda's portion.